you guys ever just think about werewolves? Or I guess, do you guys believe in werewolves?
Sure. I mean,
No,
it's in a book.
it is.
They're in movies too.
Yeah.
They had to come from somewhere.
By a dog getting fucked by a man.
Or a wolf.
Or they were just somebody from Greece.
Do you think?
Yeah, those hairy arm
Yeah,
people. Yeah, they got hair all over. I think it was the Greeks, right?
Maybe that's what someone a long time ago, like, they did a painting or drew someone like that, like a portrait, and then someone's like, like, that's a werewolf.
Like, yep, that's the guy that had sex with the wolf in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Now, do you think a werewolf would evolve from werewolves, or a wolf would evolve from a werewolf, or do you think werewolves would be the evolution, like where dogs are supposed to go?
Well, once they start using, like more human tools and stuff like that they become more of a werewolf.
Yeah, do you think like if dogs or wolves hung out with humans long enough that they would evolve into a werewolf? Do you think that's scientifically possible?
I don't know. Maybe steps of crossbreeding.
Back to again.
Just steps. I mean,
Just fucking the gene pool up.
yeah. Just I mean, if a human and a dog
Yeah.
mated, whatever. I don't think a werewolf would come out first, but maybe as
Trial and error.
as the needle was moved, if you will.
But speaking of that, and speaking of messing with the gene pool and genetics and stuff, did you hear they brought back the dire wolves, like out of extinction?
What is that?
Well, they brought it back. It's called, I believe it's called De-Extinction, that they brought a species back from the dead.
I meant the dire wolves. Like what is like? I mean,
Oh.
I understand it's a wolf, but like, what is?
Do you not watch Game of
I
Thrones?
do
or what?
not watch Game of Thrones.
Never.
Ever. Well, no. I would. Yeah, never.
Well, first of all, what the fuck is wrong with you? And what have you been doing the last, 10, 15 years that was on TV?
That's for a whole different episode. We don't have that much time today.
Well, all you have to know is new Game of Thrones sucks butt, in our opinion. Old Game of Thrones, original Game of Thrones, first one
with the
aired,
dire wolves.
With dire wolves is epic.
Wait, was there a spinoff?
There was like a dragon spinoff, which they found a way to just blow ass with the new spinoff.
I didn't know that either.
Well, you didn't miss much in this one.
Yeah.
So go back and watch the
Yeah.
old ones. It's like listening to some bands that have shitty new music, but it's like go back and listen to the old ones.
Yeah, the first album's always the best album.
Gotcha. Okay. What makes what you say dire wolves? What makes
Yeah.
them special? I guess or
I think they're just like these giant wolves. From my understanding, they're like these giant wolves that are like found in the north. Well, now I'm talking Game of Thrones, but I think they're like these giant wolves.
Okay.
That's how I always pictured them. Is like they're a bigger, like in a way, a breed of wolf.
okay.
They're like the Saint Bernards or something.
Sure. Okay.
Saint Bernard
wolves.
of the wolf family.
Yeah,
All right. No, I've never had. And they brought them back.
they can rip your face off.
But
That's all you need to know.
They were extinct or almost extinct.
I believe extinct. This is like a huge thing I think going on.
Well, how did they unextinct them, if you will?
Fucking with the gene pool, dude. They went in and extracted. I'm gonna try to sound as scientific as I can. They extracted genes and fucked with the gene pool. Oh, no, I don't even.
Just keep explain more of this gene
I'm gonna be
pool.
like, yeah, the periodic table. They took elements from the periodic table and.
So is
in
this
a
like you're
petri dish.
finding like, what is that called? Not artifacts, but
Oh, you know
some-
what? They were in the north. It was cold. They probably found some frozen sperm.
Yeah, or frozen dog wiener.
extracted the sperm out of there and then.
Yeah.
Thought it out and oozed their.
Yeah, you know what we
squeezed
could
it through.
make? We'll just tell everyone it's a dire wolf.
Yeah.
It's like, do you remember back in the day, you could take those dinosaurs, those little tablets they gave you, and you put them in that special water? Remember you had to put like that chemical in the water and then they would grow into...
Oh yeah, that's pretty much how science works. It's just you put the water as sperm, you put the egg and mix the sperm, and there you got dino sperm.
Let it do its thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd imagine that's kind of how they're doing it. Aren't they grabbing DNA from something and they're pretty much growing the wolf? Or am I totally butchering that?
That I don't know the details, but I'll pretend that I do since we do not have a fact checker on this episode.
We are the fact checkers.
Yeah. They just found that sperm and just splooged it all over an egg and
A wolf egg, a dog egg?
a litter of dire wolves.
Well, how many were unextincted?
I didn't.
De-extincted?
Yeah, unextincted.
I only seen
de-extincted,
pictures
yeah.
and headlines. I haven't read into it, but it looked like there were 2 in the picture, maybe.
And I'm assuming that would be male
Twins?
and female. Right.
I don't know. Maybe they're just a litter, whatever comes in a
they
litter.
didn't. Oh, okay. They didn't.
Whatever they
I don't know.
order.
In Game of Thrones, there was like 5 of them.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna say, if you've done that to 2 of them, how are you going to
Well, if they got a boy and a
kickstart?
girl, now it's time to inbreed them.
All
right?
I know is these scientists must not have watched Game of Thrones because they don't know what they just unboxed.
Oh, the hell on earth.
Well, winter.
Evil.
I'll just say winter is coming.
Then the direwolves will die then.
Feels like winter's still here.
Yeah, they must have found them last year sometime.
Okay.
Now, is this going to open Pandora's box with now they can bring back whatever they want if they can find some sort of DNA?
Yeah, fuck. They might even make those dinosaur egg things, those sponge egg things, or pill things a reality.
For real? Yeah, that you get to go pick a dinosaur DNA somewhere and then grow the real dinosaur.
Pick one with the options you want. Yeah.
They're gonna accidentally like bring back a caveman. He's gonna like be born and just like
Like the movie, what is that? Encino Man?
yeah. What's his face? Pauly Shore, right?
Yeah, Pauly Shore was in that. Yeah.
Was he dead?
Yet? I mean, now?
I think
Wait, no,
Pauly
he's
Shore's
still alive.
Oh, he's
Oh,
probably-
no, I'm thinking of Screech.
He's probably died, and he looks like they've brought him back a couple times.
Yeah, he was the first.
Yeah. Him, then the dire wolves. Yeah.
But imagine all the shit that's going on that we don't know about. We only know the stuff that's going on the surface that makes the news.
Wait, isn't this in Jurassic Park, the original one? Isn't this what they do with the eggs?
Oh, you're right.
They had that little incubator, and then they're like hatching them, right?
But where did they get the eggs from? Or how
Isn't
did-
that something with the DNA?
they
I
just
haven't watched
found
it for
frozen
years.
eggs or something, or
I think
then
so.
thawed them?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I just say I don't
been a
remember.
long time since I've
First,
seen
first
Jurassic
of all,
Park.
how many Jurassic Parks are there? Like movies?
How I don't know how many there are currently.
3 or 4,
Or how
wasn't
many did they make?
No, I think just in the first set.
Yeah, how many? 3, I think. Right.
Yeah, I think it
the
was 3 or
third
4,
one
I
was
thought.
later though. Like the third one was like in the early 2000s. I thought.
But now they just remade. Like I don't even know. I think they came out with at least 3 or 4 more.
Oh, did they?
It feels like they're coming out with one every month.
It's like Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, they're fucking. They're getting fucking sperm and shooting that on like the box
that's-
offices. And
that's
oh,
where-
another Jurassic Park movie.
That's where they can merge next. They're driving cars.
Ooh, Vin Diesel's
Yeah,
gonna go over
he's
there.
got one in the back, the Velociraptor.
He's
or
the
whatever.
He's the park tenant.
Yeah,
Yeah, is everyone like in Hollywood on a race? Like, hey, who can make the most movies in one series?
And none of them be good.
Land of the Time did it first. They have like 14
Land Before
of them.
Time?
Like, yeah, I land at Land of the Time. Land Before Time.
yeah.
My bad.
That's the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, now it's before time. Now it's of the time. Yeah.
yeah, we're living it.
Recent days.
Land
Yeah.
of the time.
Damn.
Mind blown.
But we could live in that time now. Now that we have dire wolves. What is stopping us from having dinosaurs next?
Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, what animals
Yeah.
animals make it on the list and what don't? Like, are they going to start making rules?
Well, even worse, they're gonna end up bringing back something we didn't want back. And I'm not talking about animals. I'm talking about certain people.
Like individuals, not just like cavemen. Like you're talking celebrities.
Yeah, they might bring back like Richard Simmons.
Oh. Well, I mean, if VHS ever gets popular again.
That's as you just fucking splooge some sperm on your VHS and put it in your VCR and you got Richard Simmons back.
Crank the heat up to 95 in the house. Yeah.
But now,
Shout out Richard Simmons.
but science could get nasty with all this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
If we're thinking about all this correctly, if they are like bringing animals, what is it, de-extinction?
Yeah, de-extinction, I think. But if we de-extinct like Richard Simmons or
Pee Wee Herman,
Ooh.
see right there.
have them fight.
No, you guys remember you guys are probably too young for remember Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I think we talked
you guys
about this on a previous episode.
Did we?
didn't we didn't watch much of it, but
No,
we
okay.
remember. Oh no, that was
Okay.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, They usually he started
It's all
out with
about
the
the
cartoon
bike.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Saturday
chair.
mornings.
Yeah, the
talking
chair that
and
talked.
stuff. Yeah, and but yeah, we could re-kick that off.
Well, speaking of that, he must have done a lot of things in that chair. Remember what he did in the movie theater? You know, he's tried it on his own chair.
Yeah, when the cameras turn off.
He was just making dinosaurs.
Tried to bring back a whole race inside the movie theater.
He was trying to de-extinct everything in his room.
He's doing a little de-extinction in the back row at the movie theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna de-extinct over there.
Everybody that
de-extinct
sat
over
in
there.
this chair.
Yeah. You just been de-extinct.
All the bugs he probably crushed in there, just de-extincting spiders that he.
Man, this cloud is dusty. No, it's not. Yeah. Kick that up in the atmosphere. Oof. Yikes.
But back to like bringing the dinosaurs and stuff.
Okay.
If you guys could, which would be the dinosaur you would want to de-extinct the most, and which would be the dinosaur you would want to de-extinct the least?
I think every guy wants to say a T-Rex, but I think in reality, don't do a T-Rex.
No. What's I'm really bad with dinosaur names. Which
I'd bring back, like, I think, a Stegosaurus, because remember Spike and Land
is that
Before
with the
Time?
one with the spikes along the tail and stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
They just seem
That's-
fucking
yeah.
chill. They seem dope, and they would seem like they would crush some fridge bricks.
Sure.
Yeah. And a Brontosaurus would be kind of cool. I know they're like lame, but
No, they're lame.
What about pterodactyl?
yeah, I feel like there could be a lot of problems. with
Annoying.
that.
You thought seagulls were annoying. Yeah, it's in a pterodactyl that's like the size of
Yeah,
a
it's
whole
like a
flock.
40-foot seagull.
But what if you brought back the pterodactyls to eat all the seagulls?
Oh.
I'd rather have
But then
seagulls.
when they eat all the seagulls, where do they go next?
People.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it would probably start with little people.
Like midgets?
Yeah.
Just plucking them
Or
away.
like kids you're
Yeah,
talking.
Or carnies.
Infants,
Yeah.
dumb people.
I like that.
Yeah, there's
I'm going
Darwinism.
pterodactyl.
I'm holding true to like Stegosaurus. I mean, I did forget over the course of my life. I forgot about a lot of dinosaurs. In kindergarten, I could probably name like 20 different dinosaurs.
Okay. Yeah. I was never big in the dinosaur scene.
What?
Yeah. No, I was never really
You
big
made
in
it through your childhood? No dinosaurs?
Not really. I mean, the
we
usual
just
suspects.
happen to have something we can get you back into dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We'll de-extinct them.
We'll get you a real one.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna go in there and de-extinct one for you.
Whip you up a fresh batch. Yeah.
Fresh batch of pterodactyls.
It's like those, what are those tadpoles? Yeah, those
Look at this
tadpoles.
petri
The
dish.
sea people. Yeah. That you get to take home in that little tank, and they're like these tadpoles.
sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys, yeah.
Yeah, they're like swimming around. Yeah, Colt's gonna bring back a little
Yeah, I'm gonna
cup.
bring back a petri dish. You're
That's
gonna be
it.
like, what is this, hand lotion? I'm like, no, that's your pterodactyl.
Unextinct the sea monkeys.
I just de-extincted your pterodactyl. Just
Yeah.
fucking put it under a warm lamp.
A coffee mug. Just squirted goo in there.
Well, you know how Mike Tyson trained pigeons?
Yeah.
You ever hear? What if he trained pterodactyls? That would be cool.
Who? Mike Tyson
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah, he used
Like
to train. He used
Great
to
Iron Mike?
Yeah, Iron Mike. You know.
I think he still has.
He'd probably
Yeah, he
fight
still-
one.
yeah.
He'd probably de-extinct some things just to fight. Because remember when he wanted to fight a gorilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna de-extinct him, then extinct him again.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna have to de-extinct him.
Remember when he in that press conference he threatened that guy, that reporter asked him a question to like rape him in the press conference.
I missed that one. But he was gonna de-extinct him.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he was like, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me or something like that.
He was gonna de-extinct his last night's dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe we leave Mike Tyson out of this.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
yeah, maybe leave the pterodactyls dead.
But we could take the dinosaurs. Like now, kids get to take home, a real dinosaur. Like how they was that growing up? You'd take home like the stuffed animal. Like you'd read like
the goldfish?
Penguin. Yeah, like you'd read the penguin
The
books and get to
yeah.
take home a penguin
Sure.
stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Well, now you get to take home a real dinosaur.
Well, with unextincting them, I wonder if science can unextinct them. I'm sure they could do something with size.
De-extinct.
De-extinct. He's been saying unextinct the whole, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
correct.
Yes. Yeah. All right. If we could de-extinct, I wonder if they could do something with like the size. So you could have a T-Rex that was like a pocket size.
Yeah,
like
maybe
a pocket size T-Rex.
I thought we were going bigger with size for other reasons.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But
Well, I mean,
you
if
meant
could
like
get them,
kind of like what they've done with dogs, like
Yeah.
miniature
Yeah,
dogs.
like what
Yeah.
those teacup pigs or something.
Yeah,
Don't they
like-
have teacup
that could be,
pigs
yeah.
or
Yeah,
the pygmy stuff isn't like that little too?
So you could have a little itty bitty T-Rex. You're
yeah.
saying.
Well, instead
That's what
of
you
like
said.
instead
yeah.
of like a big Rottweiler, you could have like a little wiener dog style of it. Like a little smaller, compact version.
yeah,
You know,
he's
he's
so cute.
Yeah.
I used to think this was cool, but imagine where it's gonna go. It's gonna fuck a lot of it will fuck evolution up.
Well, absolutely.
Is it counted as more evolution or more de?
What would it
Sorry,
be? De-evolution, isn't it? Because you're going like
Yeah,
you're
de-evolution.
flipping pages backwards, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you're making it better while you're doing it, but then
Are
you
you?
speeding it up? Yeah.
Are you?
But no, we need to get to the crossbreeding. I feel like that's where it needs to go, right?
Well, wasn't it in Pet Cemetery where he says like you
Don't dig 'em up.
Yeah, don't dig it up. Like it won't be the same or something like that.
What if AI got a hold of them?
Oh fucking A! We're gonna mix the AI and de-extincting.
AI with your your T-Rex.
Yeah.
And you got, and now it knows how to operate.
We should
motor
crossbreed
vehicles.
them. Imagine a T-Rex with a brontosaurus neck.
Oh.
Or just long arms.
I think the neck first would be way
T-Rex with
funnier.
normal arms?
Yeah.
They're like finally,
I've been waiting for this.
and then we just cap them.
You can't, yeah.
There had to be some trials though with that de-extinction.
Like you're saying, like mutated looking wolves.
Yeah. Well, that's probably where werewolves came from. They've probably done this like 50, 100 years ago.
They were de-extincting before we even knew about the dire
Oh,
wolves.
guarantee they were.
I just imagine this mangled looking thing, like all of a sudden they're done with it and it like looks up like,
And then they have a musket and they're just like, it's just smoke is in like in the room.
but it just nicks its head.
and they're like, reload, what are you doing?
Things looking at him like, are you serious? It just goes, rolls onto the ground.
Extinct him.
And then you got the guy in the corner with the clipboard just is like, fail. He just checks the one box, fail.
Yeah. We won't be trying that one again.
Yeah.
Or will we?
Then you got the other guy that's just right. He told him to reload, and he's already, rubbing another one out to make more. He's like, "No, you're gone.
Not another batch.
Don't reload the badge."
Yeah. De-extinction.
I think when things are, as Darwin always put it, survival of the fittest. So if it wasn't the fittest, you're dead. I think he said something like that. Like, if you're not fit, you're dead.
Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Fit
Why
or
would you
die.
wanna-
Yeah. Darwin wouldn't fit or die, and he had his sunglasses on, just
Just pointing to his studies.
That's probably where like D's nuts came from, like Darwin D.
Yeah.
Like the
He's the king of de-extinction in a way. No, he's the god,
Darwin is
right?
God.
He's the maker.
Oh.
He makes the rules of like extinction and de-extinction, right? He would be like the god of it. He says, no,
That could happen.
you follow the Darwinism rule. You will die.
Yeah. The ruler, the executioner of it.
Could they eventually bring humans back then?
We should bring him back.
Well, I mean, there's people with that have like their heads frozen or whatever. So I think they're waiting for that technology.
Like just their heads?
I think so. Yeah, I think they lop them off like at their neck and
Oh,
keep their
like
brain or
preserve the
whatever.
brain?
Yeah, and they're not using it for science. They're just like
Preserve it. Just
they're yeah.
Wait,
Just
you're
in case
talking
they
about
need
like
it.
cryogenically freezing, like getting your head cut off and just
Yeah.
What do they do with the rest of the body?
Probably donate it to science.
food
They'll probably
grinder.
de-extinct it.
Yeah,
Then.
big meat grinder.
they continue extinct the rest of the body.
Well, is it that much more expensive to cryogenically freeze the rest of your body? And
Well, just imagine you could store like 20 heads to one body.
Yeah, I mean they lop off your head and they give the rest of your body to McDonald's.
Yeah.
well, then we're gonna have a whole race of people like in 1,000 years that are all like these kid bodies with these old heads.
Like the original fat
heads,
heads,
like
like the big head.
No, it's going to look like,
ludicrous videos.
what is it, GoldenEye, like N64, the big heads? Like running around?
yeah. Or like the ludicrous
Bobbleheads,
video where they
yeah.
have like the big head and a little
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Wait, this might come around full circle. Remember like the Egyptians where they had all those drawings of the big heads, and people thought it was aliens? What happens if they were just drawing big heads?
Because they knew where this was going.
One of them was Michael Jordan.
I feel like they probably all looked like Michael Jordan for some reason.
Dark, bald.
Yeah. If you could bring back, okay, you said like Egyptians. What if you could uninstinct or de-extinct?
Yes, de-extinct.
People, like,
Well, like the main mummy guy.
Wait, you're talking about the
King
movie?
Tut?
Yeah, King
Oh,
Tut,
I thought you
yeah.
were talking about the movie. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Don't do
Scorpion-
that.
the
Yeah.
Scorpion King?
No, King Tut. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. just to see like if everything that like if all the history that followed behind that, you know, like the legend of that was actually true.
Speaking of that, King Tut, pyramids, Egyptians,
Yeah.
sphinxes, they were fucking crossbreeding.
Oh, you're the cat head on.
The human head on a
Oh,
cat.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, see? There you go.
They're putting old ass heads on cats.
I've been doing this since back in the day, man. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Man, we've been
Then we're pretty soon we're gonna have what are those? The horses mixed with people.
Centaurs and like
Centaurs,
minotaurs
yeah.
and whatever the goats, the people with goat legs.
This is where it's leading.
The Greeks. Greek mythology.
This is
fucking
all-
werewolves, Greeks. What the
that's
fuck?
where it all started, man.
It's all written in the stars, guys.
That's Mesopotamia, man.
Yeah, just
I don't know. That just sounded cool.
Freaking
saying that.
Giannis.
yeah.
Freaking Giannis. The Greek freak, yeah.
Damn, he could probably be like Egyptian.
Probably
Weren't
is.
they really tall and like lanky?
Could be.
They feel like didn't they wear
But
a lot
what was
of
tall
jewelry?
back then? Was tall different back then? I don't know. It seemed like everything was skewed. Like 5 foot was tall back then.
Yeah, and they like little wieners back then too, didn't they? Like
Oh,
you
the
were praised.
statues.
Yeah,
Some of that's true to this day.
yeah, that's still in effect, right?
Yeah, that didn't do it. Extinction didn't help that at all.
Can you imagine being like a statue, like they're this great, like Greek, you know, emperor or Roman emperor, or whatever? You got this nice, you're all jacked and stuff, and then it's like, boop,
That's a little weird.
A little raisin.
dude. All I know is like, if I ever have a statue, I want to turn it into a fountain, but I want the water coming
Yeah,
out
you're
of my
laying on your
wiener.
back. Yeah,
Just have the water come out of your mouth because you don't want it to come out of your wiener.
I'll be like,
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, he was the, you know, the De-Extinction. I just wanted to like fire off like whipped cream or something, just like a can of Cool Whip.
no, that's what it does. Like it's a water fountain, but at the top of every hour, it just sprays out like Cool Whip.
But it's Cool Whip, like it reverses and no one like shook the can or it's the bottom. It's
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not break the seal can. It's like been in there for 15 days.
all he needs a new can of CO2 hooked up. Yeah.
It's all juice, no air.
Yeah, it's a machine gun.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
It'd be like the De-Extinction king himself.
Yeah, he's the one that dreamt it, so we did it.
From dire wolves to Richard Simmons, he is our God.